Hello everyone, I'm Eric Schmorris and welcome back to JB Hairboll in Murder Flub. When I played this game last week, I didn't expect this to go more than one episode, but I really like the story. It's weird and funny. There's cats. How can you argue with that? But so I decided to play more of it. It shouldn't be more than like 4 or 5 episodes, I assume. It's a free indie game. I didn't mention that last episode. I put the link in the description. The link was in the description last episode. You can play it for free. But since it's free, I assume it won't be terribly long. Anyway, last episode, I got tough with Pete. He went crazy. So this time I'm gonna back off. There's no music in this area. I'm not getting anywhere with this guy. Hey, whoa, alright, forget it, I'm leaving.
Not fast enough, you're still here.
Yeah, I am. This bird, I swear to Bub. Who the freak is Bub? I regain my cool and walk out of the shop. But I'm not through here. Something definitely stinks, and it ain't guano. If I can find out what it is, maybe I can use it to get this bird to turn stool pigeon. Was that supposed to be another pun? Because he talked about guano and then he said stool. I don't know. Using my cat-like agility, I quickly drop to all fours and dash back towards the door. Do you only have agility when you're on all fours? Okay. With any luck, I could squeeze back in before the door has time to shut completely. Whoosh! Still got it. Staying low, I sidestep the counter and stalk towards the back room to see what I can dig up. The back of the shop is just as dank and dingy as the front, but without any of the flowers to liven it up. Instead, the place is lined with boxes piled high to the ceiling wherever you look. I pull one of the boxes out. It's heavier than I expected it to be, and sealed with several layers of duct tape. What could it be? Fertilizer? My gut tells me no. Using my claw, I tear the tape away as silently as possible and open it up. Bingo. Nip. Oh, that's right. I actually wanted to turn the music volume down a little bit, just because it was, like, really loud over the speaking last time. It all made sense now, how Pete was able to keep himself in such glamorous fineries while his shop was so run down and unpopular. This place is just a front for the Turd Bird's real dealership. I step out of the back room while making an effort to make as much noise as I can. Paw full of nip. What? Oh, he was trying to be... Say, Pete, nice operation you got here. Crafty, very crafty. At first glance, you wouldn't think there's anything funny about the place, but man.
How did you...
What is with that?
It's not mine.
How much do you make here? $1,000 a day? You've certainly got enough inventory. Shame all of that nip and money will just end up in the Fuzz's lockup as evidence, isn't it?
Look, detective, surely we can come to some kind of arrangement.
No.
I'll tell you anything you want to know about geraniums and
Oh, well, I
frogs.
do need to know that.
I'll even throw in a free sample of nip if you want.
I already got a cigarette, I'm good.
Just don't rat me out, will ya?
Geraniums and frogs, huh? Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Tell me about this frog who bought the geraniums today.
I gotta tell you, I don't really know that much about him. It was the first time he came in. Didn't seem to know the nature of the place, so I think he was probably just some pollywog off the street. Said he wanted to buy some geraniums for his Goyle, seeing as they were a favorite. I don't know any more
I'm sorry,
than that.
was that Goyle? Geraniums for his Goyle? Did you get a name?
I didn't ask.
Okay.
Come to think of it, he paid by credit card. Card was in the name of Polson. Tad Polson. So that's probably
Tad.
the guy.
Tad Polson. I love this game. Tad Polson? You gotta be kidding me. Are you kidding me? If you're sending me barking up the wrong tree here, you're gonna find that you're asking yourself why the caged bird sings before you know it.
Okay, hold up. I'll give you the Maya Angelou reference. Bit clunky, but whatever.
What?
But barking up the wrong tree.
Oh, it's a reference to... I don't know stuff.
Is that the best you could come up with? You're not even a dog, man.
He's got you there, JB. Excuse me. I'm just gonna go call the fuzz on your little operation here.
Wait.
What is with
I'm
that?
sorry. Your lines are fine. They're funny.
Is that supposed to be him, like, turned around? And... I don't know.
See?
That was the worst
Anyway,
fake laugh I've
the
ever
frog's
heard.
name was seriously Tad Polson. No joke. You gotta believe me here.
Tad Polson. Tad Polson. I'm choosing to trust you here, but if you steered me wrong, I'll be back to attack, and you don't want that.
Darn right I don't. Now, if you please, I gotta get this stuff cleared away before some unhip rube comes in off the street. We got a deal, huh?
Yeah, we have a deal. Okay, so I learned the name. I guess now I'm going to the bar, now that I've done something right and I'm not going to go back to my apartment and step into a time machine that was made out of my dishwasher. Was my dishwasher, right? I don't really care. Pete is still frantically busying himself with the boxes of contraband as I step out of his little nip den onto the sidewalk. The sun has begun to recede into the west, giving the street a reddish glow. Well, now that the sun has begun to go down, the real fun can begin. It's like a whole nother city at night. You never know what manner of shady characters will appear after dark, so now's as good a time as any to check out the scene at Lil C's. Before hitting the pavement, I duck into a phone booth to turn into Superman and call Rico's office. I ask him to run the name Tad Polson and see what he comes up with. Then I take the subway to Midtown. Again, chicken. I didn't even read the stuff, but I just saw one thing that's just gonna... Oh my god. Kitty City is the type of 21st century metropolis that has favored the rise of the Gastro Bowl, a place with pop art portraits of Meowrlin Nyanro on the walls, artisan tuna burritos on the menu, and watered-down overpriced drinks at the bar. Wait, I think I actually read that last episode. I don't remember that name, the Meowrlin Nyanro, but it's just... I probably, if I did read that last episode, probably had the exact same reaction. I step up to the front door and push it open. Immediately I'm hit in the face with a smell of filthy straw. Wonder how Little C's has managed to stay open without running afoul, because chicken, get it, of the Board of Health. But as I take a look around the establishment, it all falls into place. Everybody in here is a chicken. And they were all staring at me. I guess that makes sense. Feisty yellow chick stands behind the bar, glaring daggers at me, despite the fact that it doesn't look old enough to be in a bar.
Hey, Flubball, can't you read the sign?
Holy crap, he has a deep voice. He's a chick. He shouldn't... He should be... No. That's not how stuff works. The small cock gesticulates to his right with a wave of wing. Had to put it that way, didn't you? Chicks only, the side reads. I feel like I'm being played, but I've been known to play just as hard. I get it. See any frogs in here lately?
No, I don't see any frogs in here anytime. I see a fat cat right now, and that's wrong.
Hey.
The sign says chicks.
Maybe put it on a little weight, but I haven't had a case in like a month. I'm not fat, am I? You've got quite a mouth on you, don't you, Lil C? What's that short for, anyway? Chicken Little or Little Half Chick?
What? Now you've done it, Tubbs.
The tiny chick turns his head toward the back room.
Hey, Lil C. There's a cat in here, and he's making fun of your name.
That wasn't Lil C.
Let me see this.
Lil C's female? Is that what it sounded female? Bar goes silent. A low rumbling punctuates the silence as I hear the approach of somebody large and in charge. It's definitely not a female chicken, I don't think. Before I know it, I find a very large chicken towering over me. The stink is indescribable. I hold in a cough and stand by my ground.
Pleased to meet you.
Or stand
I'm Lil C.
my ground.
I understand my name is comical to you.
That is definitely a female voice.
Personally, I don't see the humor in it, nor do I appreciate the fact that you've come into my fine establishment, seemingly for no other reason than to have a laugh at my expense.
Let's not get carried away now. I just have a few The large bird swipes a feathered wing over my head. I duck just in the nick of time to avoid a stinky slap to my jowls. What the hell would a chicken be able to do?
You just have a few seconds to leave before my next haymaker clips your throat, little kitty.
You're a chicken. She packs a lot of punch, despite the fact that she doesn't have fists. But she's bluffing. Lil C is as slow as she is big. All I need to do is simply employ my cat-like agility and make sure I don't get hit. And I'll have a sure chance of knocking this chick's tail feathers out. Cat paw strike or death from above? Cat paw strike! Without hesitating, I quickly rush towards my opponent and give him the old 1-2 at lightning speed.
Ho, ho, ho.
And she turned into Santa Claus. With a W, claws, cause cat puns, yay. I'm sorry. To my horror, I find that Lil C has blocked both my blows with one massive wing. Before I can get away, she's on me. Damn it! I think I lost. Lil C uses Widowmaker wing. It's super effective. Pshoom. Or pshoom.
Please, do not come back until you have broadened your horizons, little kitty.
Okay. Force of Lil C's wing has sent me flying through the night sky. My face stings, and so does my heart as I realize I've screwed up my only chance. As I zoom through the atmosphere, I look down at the lights of Kitty City after dark. Well, it's a heck of a view, I'll say that much. It's kind of nice that I'm getting all of the, the failure sequences as well in this series. Not intentionally, I might add. Sailing over Flirtyburg Park, I look down at the crime scene to see a chalk outline surrounded by a barrier police tape. How can you see that from up here? As I look at the silent crime scene, I lament the fact that I wasn't able to gather any leads today. But then, out of the corner of my eye, I see something strange. Looks like a frog with a bouquet, skipping happily through the grass. I turn my head to get a better look, but the velocity is too high. The park is no longer underneath me, as I sail into my neighborhood, before losing momentum and coming back down to earth. Crash! Land head first in a pile of old stinky garbage, or stinky old garbage. I can read in order. It cushions the blow, if not wounding my pride in the process. I pick myself up, find the conveniently been dumped right outside my office. That was language. Well, cheaper than a cab, at least. And I have a feeling... Yep, I think this is, Yep. Yep, already seen this. Be right back. Okay, so, now I have to do death from above. Because the, cat paw strike didn't work. Light bulb goes off in my head. I drop to all fours, turn tail, and make a retreat towards the door.
Little kitty, running away home? A wise move indeed. Do not feel ashamed.
I don't. The big gal has been lulled into a false sense of security. That means my plan is working. With a dash, I sidestep to the right and do a forward roll, jumping up onto a table and springboarding off of it to reach the bottle rack hanging above the bar. Then, in the blink of an eye, I land squarely on Lil C's head, batting you with all my might.
Whoa! My beautiful beak! Uncle! Uncle!
Whoa! That really sounded like she was in pain. The big chicken falls to the floor and I get off her head. Alright, now it still cracks me up. Alright, now that we're square, perhaps you'd be a bit more receptive to answering some of my questions.
Yes. I don't see why not. You've bested me in combat, and I tip my proverbial hat to you, mister.
JB Hairboll, Private Eye.
Mr. Hairboll! Well then, what can I do for you today, Mr. Hairboll?
You know, I was making fun of the frog's name, Tad Polson. My last name's Hairball. It's not any better. Your bartender over there says this joint is open to chicks only.
Yes, that's true. But please understand, Mr. Hairball. We mean no disrespect. It is simply the case that we wish for a safe environment to dine in.
Oh, so wait, I thought they had wings. Like, sold wings to eat. That would be weird.
You, Mr. Hairball, seem like an affable
Okay.
and mild-mannered mammal, but there are many other carnivorous beasts who would gladly snap down our clientele without so much as a howdy-do.
Okay, sorry about that. Apparently, they're not quiet in this house.
Animals will be animals, And all I wish to do is provide a secure establishment in which my fellow birds can relax and unwind with a fine tipple and a plate of wings without a fear
Tipple.
of being devoured.
Wait! Plate of... What? Huh? Exactly! That's why I'm confused!
And?
You say you want a safe place for chickens, but you've all gathered here to eat chicken. Don't you see anything wrong with this picture?
You think we only serve wings? Naturally not. We cater to all sorts of diets.
But you serve... What? It shouldn't matter. What?
If you'll just have a look at our menu, you'll see we have a range of options, including vegetarian dishes, vegan, kosher, gluten-free.
That's not what I meant. I meant you're afraid of being eaten, but you're all cannibals. The irony is staggering. Yeah.
Mr. Hairboll, cannibal is such an ugly word. Judge not, yet lest ye be judged.
But I'm pretty sure don't eat cats.
Now, I think we're getting a bit off track here. I believe you had questions about our policy?
Well, now I'm more concerned about the wings thing. Good grief. Question is, a frog named Polson's been found belly up in Flirty Bird Park with one of your matchbooks in his pocket. I want to know why you let a frog transcend your policy.
Paulson?
Yeah, Paulson. Sounds like you knew him. Care to elaborate?
Not here. Meet me out back in 5 minutes.
The big bird looks visibly rattled as she waddles her way towards the back. I look at the sharp-eyed bartender. What is with the sharp-eyed reference? That's the second time this game. He nods his little chick head at me as I can't read. I turn the corner and find myself in the alleyway behind Lil C's. Lil C leans against the brick facade. That's how you pronounce that, right? I'm speaking right. And fumbles with the cigarillo? With a whatever. As she lifts it to her beak, she pats herself down. It's obvious she doesn't have a lighter. Schoolgirl error. What's that supposed to mean? Pull my own lighter out of my coat pocket and light her up.
Thank you. Would you care for a smoke, Mr. Hairboll?
Good. No thanks, I don't smoke.
So, Ted was found dead today.
You knew him?
Knew him. We were lovers.
Trying to figure out the anatomy of that. Does it make sense? Does it make sense, JB? It doesn't to me.
It's the 21st century. As far as we've come in terms of civil liberties, a chicken-frog relationship is still frowned upon by the community.
I wouldn't frown upon it. I'm more curious as to how. That's why you didn't want the rest of the bar to hear.
And it breaks my heart to keep it a secret, believe me. But I suppose I won't have to worry about that anymore. Tell me, Mr. Hairboll, how did Tab die?
Okay. We don't know. He had no outward injuries. We're thinking he may have been poisoned. But until the autopsy comes back, we just don't know.
We had a date tonight and everything.
And the flowers must have been for you.
Flowers?
Yeah, flowers. Polson was found holding a bouquet of geraniums with a little note attached reading, "To my honey-baked nugget." Makes sense now.
Geraniums, my favorite. He always was so thoughtful. That's
He was always
beautiful,
so thoughtful.
fool.
I'm very sorry for your loss, Lil C. Don't you have an actual name? Or is that your full name? Because that's kind of a stupid name. But if there's anything you can tell me that will help me catch his killer. Did he have any enemies?
Not that I can think of. I must admit, our daily lives didn't intersect as much as we would have liked due to the interspecies nature of our relationship. But Tad was always such a cheerful froggy. I can't imagine anybody would ever wish to do him harm.
How about your bartender? He seems pretty hell-bent on the chicks-only policy.
Herman? Oh, for heaven's sake. I know he seems like a hard case, but it's not like that. His common-law wife is a caterpillar.
Even more questions. Yeah, pretty much.
Lovely girl, name of Becky. He's not as close-minded as he comes across.
Who names a caterpillar Becky?
What?
Nothing, nothing. Listen, I'm going to head down to the station to compare notes with the boys in blue. Here's my card. If anything comes to mind, don't hesitate to give me a call.
Mr. Hairboll.
Yeah?
Catch the fiend who took my froggy away from me.
I plan to. Night has well and truly fallen over Katy City. Darkness punctuated by streetlights and the sounds of revelry fill the air. I make my way back to the station. When I reach it, I pause to go over the events of the day. Time to get my ducks in a row. Or my chickens. Wait. Smoking inference mode. Okay. Rico came to me this morning to ask for my help solving a murder case. The victim was... Oh, cool. The mayor of Kitty City. Definitely wasn't, or a bird. It was definitely a frog. That's right. So now I'm being quizzed. Hopefully I paid enough attention. A frog was found belly up in the park. What made this unusual was how he was found. Wearing women's pantyhose inside a hamburger bun, holding a bouquet of geraniums. The frog was holding a bouquet of geraniums, bearing the tag, "To my honey-baked nugget." He also had a little bow stuck to his head. The bow didn't produce any hints, but the tag told us where the flowers came from. Punxsutawney Phil's! Definitely was a groundhog. I'm not even gonna try to read that, it was Pete's. Flowers came from a shop called Paradise Pete's. I made plans to go there and investigate later. That wasn't the only clue I found on the frog. He also had... birth control pills. A duck. Well, I was trying to get my ducks in a row. But it was definitely a matchbook. A matchbook for Lil C's Wings and Liquor. A seedy bar on the far side of town, where they're cannibals. I'd tackle that after Twilight, but I made my first stop at Paradise Pete's. After exposing Pete's cabinet ring and threatening him with blackmail, I get the frog's name out of him. I'm interested to see the wrong choices. HP Toadcraft, Atomic Frog, and Tad Polson. Tad Polson. I can hardly believe it myself. He shared reading, not my strong suit. Well, reading silently, reading out loud, not my strong suit. His parents sure pulled a fast one on him. With the frog's name in hand, I headed down to Lil C's Wings Bar. There I met Lil C, who was a foul-mouthed diminutive bartender, a sentient lowercase c. Not Lil at all. That's right, Lil C was a big buxom chicken, quite a formidable, a lowercase c. Against my better judgment, we got into a bit of a scrap, but I came out no worse for wear. Lil C told me the truth about her and Tad Polson. They were lovers, pallies, millionaires. C told me the whole tale, spelled with AI, of her and Polson's secret interspecies romance and how they both felt stigmatized by society. She also dropped the bombshell that her favorite flowers were geraniums, the very flowers Polson was holding when he was found in the park. So that's what we learned today. Unfortunately, it hasn't brought us any closer to finding Polson's killer. No, because but police haven't done any actual police work yet. I head back to my office to make my first report. As I step into my office, switch on the light, the phone starts ringing as if triggered by my entry. Somebody calling at this late hour must be serious. I weave around the table and pick up the receiver. Hairball.
JB, it's Slim. You're not gonna believe this. Ted Polson
and just sat bolt upright in a block.
I'm sure that's not supposed to say Paradise Pete. What?
You better get down here.
I'm already on my way. I run out into the street and flag down a cab. The moment of truth may be upon us. I'm so antsy I can't even manage to sit still in the taxi cab. The driver must think I've got a bad itch and worse manners. He scowls at me through the rearview mirror, and it's all I can do to tell him to... It's all I can do not to tell him to... Yeah. After what feels like an eternity, we arrive at the Fuzz station. I pay the cabbie and rush out of the car, taking steps 2 at a time. My brain is on autopilot as my muscle memory sends me bounding up to Rico's office on the 5th floor. I want to end this. I want to end this episode, but I kind of feel like I'm getting close to the end. I'm here. Where's Polson? Rico nods and presses the buzzer on his desk intercom. The door opened, a jovial fog bounced into the office. Singing, hello, my baby, hello, my... I'm sorry. Anyway, I don't know how much of this game is left, but I am going to end this episode here. Because it's getting interesting, and I know I'm going to keep playing if I don't end it here. I will obviously continue this. Who knows? It may be, if it's only like 5 minutes left, it may be tacked on to the end of this episode. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to end this episode here. Already said that. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Schmorse. Welcome back to JB Hairboll in Murder Flub. This is immediately after the last episode because this story is actually getting good. Like, I did not expect this story to be this good when I started playing this. I thought it'd be interesting, but I'm actually like, I actually want to see how this ends. Hopefully it doesn't end like 2 minutes from now.
Whoa! Talk about a near-death experience!
See, I'm wondering, because in both of the ending things, you saw the frog walking around afterwards. So, I'm wondering if that was kind of like supposed to be like a hint as in, hey, he's not dead. Well, somebody's in fine spirits. Tad Polson, I presume.
In the flesh! Who might you be?
This frog has a serious problem with volume control. JB Hairboll, Private Eye. I was tasked with solving your apparent murder.
I'm Rico. I'm a real police cat.
JB and Rico, the private eye and the big guy, like something out of a TV video show drama.
TV video show drama? What the
Well, guys, thanks for trying, even though I'm alive.
Oh, his voice. Mr. Polson, if you don't mind, what exactly happened?
I was in the park. I had a date with a hot babe that night, and I just been to buy some flowers. I was heading off to get a Reuben on rye before my rendezvous, and thought I'd take the scenic road. I was saying my hellos and howdy doos to all my flirty bird pals, when all of a sudden...
What was...
Bam! Straight into my face. It's the last thing I remember before I blacked out.
That looked like a ferret riding a bird. So wait, he wasn't dead.
The old weasel riding
Oh.
a woodpecker to the fruit chestnut. I've seen this happen before.
So wait, cause like, he felt his face and he was cold. So was I right when I said, well, he's a frog, he's cold-blooded? At least I think I said that. I thought it.
You'd be surprised what this cat got up to in his Yankee years.
I don't want to know anything about
I
that,
guess he
Slim.
must have knocked me out because the next thing I knew, I woke up on the slab. I was like, don't freeze me, bro.
So, there was no murder. Meaning there's no case here.
Nope, no case. But thanks for trying, Marlo.
I still have got some questions. I still have some questions. The bow we found on your head.
That's just a little game me and the missus like to play. I turned
I-
up
I-
wearing just the
no,
bow
I
and
don't-
some candy
I
graham,
don't...
and
No,
she
stop. I don't want to know. Exactly. Well, forget I asked. Just then, I heard a steady booming sound coming from the corridor, coming ever closer. Suddenly, the doors were flung open with a gust of stinky wind, and in stomped Lil C.
Where is he? Where is my sweet, beautiful froggy?
I'm right here, baby. Wow. Lillian, what are you doing? All these
Lillian?
people know about our relationship.
Tad. Oh, Tad, I'm so glad you're safe. I don't care if anybody knows. Gosh darn it. I want the whole world to know. I love Tad Paulson and I'm proud of it.
Wow! I love you, baby!
So, it sounds like this is an open and shut.
It seems like this is gonna actually be at the end of the last episode because it's actually very short. But some things still don't add up. What about Pete and the smuggling operation?
JB, you need to see the forest through the trees.
What?
Isn't
My
the journey
my
more
reaction
fun
exactly.
than the destination? Things don't always have to tie up in a neat, tidy package. All that truly matters is you feel enriched at the end of things.
I'm really not following you here, Slim.
Okay. Let me break it down in simpler terms. Think of it as a game of kick the can. It's all simple childhood fun on one level. But let's say you're a fourth-dimensional being and you're playing two games at the same time but take place 20 years apart. Sure, you'll be asking yourself, what am I doing? How am I playing two games at once in the present future? Or is it the present and the past? Or even the past and the future? But when you get down to it, the nitty-gritty, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, as long as you're having fun.
Slim, I really don't have the foggiest, my phone's on, idea of what you're talking about. You haven't cleared anything up. If anything, you've just made things worse.
Don't worry, JB. You can read all about it on my website.
I don't think I want to.
I've also written a wide variety of fanfiction
I don't want to know.
and slash fiction.
I still don't want to know. Alright, enough already. Are we done here?
All done.
Paulson, C, are you guys done?
I'm just glad to have my sweet Froggy return to me safe and sound.
Done? I'm just getting started here.
Boys in blue, are we done? Paradise Pete, done?
I ain't done.
Where'd he come from?
Can't prove a thing, copper.
Herman?
What?
Pour me a drink and make it a double.
Yeah.
We're not even at the bar. That's it. Oh, I was so hoping that would go so much longer. That was great. Oh, that's right. It was only created in like a month, but that was fun. And this is actually going to be tacked on to the end of the last episode because this is actually really short. But anyway, this was fun. I actually want to try to find more games like this, not necessarily visual novel, but games that have like a good story, whether it's funny, whether it's, sad, but want to play more story-based games, like short story-based games. So I'll probably try to look for some of those. But anyway, I'm going to end this episode for real this time. So thanks for watching. See you next time.